Hey everybody, welcome back to Glasses Kingdom. I am your host TR Nayarex, and 10 days ago, one of our favorite band, family band, created another historical moment when they composed an original song. And I am sure that an original song is not going to be English because English is like a second or maybe third language to this family. We're talking about FranzRhythm, and this is going to be exciting for many reasons. They recently built a new studio, and dudz celebrated his 10th birthday recently. So this is a upgraded moment for the family in a lot of ways. So let's get into it and see what's new. Shout out to Mom Franz, by the way. We always leave her out of the credits, but we have to give credit to her because her time spent behind the camera is just as valuable. So I want to take this time out to say mega shout out to Mommy Franz. Yeah, Mahal Kita. All right, yes, let's go. Are you hearing the keys through the microphone? They are very light keys on the piano. Dod's playing like a rock star, ain't it?
Tulad ng isang hangin, buhay ng tao, umiikot kung saan-saan patungo. At tulad ng mga buhangin sa tabing dagat, walang tigil ang mga alon sa paghampas. Ganyan din ang buhay, minsa'y magandang kulay, ngunit minsa'y nag-iba sa dami-daming problema. Ganyan lang talaga, huwag kang magtataka kung ang gulong ng buhay mo minsa'y nag-iba. Ganyan lang talaga, huwag kang magtataka kung minsa'y may lungkot at minsan din ay may saya. Ganyan lang ang buhay, ganyan lang ang buhay. Tulad ng tubig na lagi mong nakikita, minsa'y natutuyo dahil sa sobrang init. At tulad ng mga ulap sa kalangitan, hindi natin alam kung saan ang hangganan. Ganyan din ng buhay, minsa'y magandang kulay, ngunit minsa'y nag-iba sa dami-daming problema. ganyan lang ang buhay. Ganyan lang talaga, huwag kang magtataka kung ang hulog ng buhay mo minsay nag-iba. Ganyan lang talaga, huwag kang magtataka kung minsay may lungkot at minsan din ay may saya. Ganyan lang ang buhay. Ganyan lang ang buhay. Ganyan lang ang
Wow.
ganyan lang yan, kaibigan.
Wow.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Sana po nag-enjoy po kayong lahat. That's our original composition once again.
Ganyan lang.
This is great on so many levels. And this is even, this particular composition provides me with another reason why I would love to talk to this family. You know, there are so many questions that I would love to ask, but since they're kind of shying away from coming, and I know the reason why they don't want to come, I'm just going to ask some of the questions on in these videos. You know, maybe the questions will reach to them, and somebody will pass the question to the comment section. If that's the way it's going to go, then I guess that's the way it's going to go. But in a composition like this, now there are many ways to compose a song. You can either write the song in parts, like the person who is composing the song would have to write. If you're writing, you have to write the parts. You have to write the bass parts. You have to write the guitar parts. You have to write the strings part. The piano is playing strings, and you have to write the drum parts. Now these are all credible musicians, so you don't have to necessarily write the parts. If you have credible musicians, they can actually fit in what they feel or hear, as long as you give them the melody or the song. You can just give them an idea of what you want, and they can put their feel to it. Now, these are all children. We're talking about children here playing their parts in an original composition. Now, Little Dudz was the star of today's show. He played so confident, so strong. His roles were precise in the timing. His crash on the cymbals, he was on the ride for some time, you know.
Kung ang hulog ng buhay mo minsay nag-iba. Ganyan lang
For those of you who don't know, these things that they hit, they actually have names. So you have the hi-hat first, the one that he stays on most of the time. That one, it's called a hi-hat. Looks like a hat for real. Then above it, you have, well, a drummer can choose what he puts there, but they actually go in order. So you will have like a crash cymbal, and then at the end you have a ride, and each of these cymbals play their parts in a song. Now, at some point he was on the ride. Now, who told him to do that? These are the questions that I would have burning. Did Franz write the parts, give to them, or did he just sing the song, play the bass, and say, all right, guys, we're in the key of G? I should have checked that. And let's say maybe he played the guitar when he's showing them, because there's no need to play a bass when you're showing something like this to somebody else. So let's say he was playing the guitar or the piano during this time and said, all right, so the progression is 1, 5, 2. I should really check it to not say, you know what, yeah, let's check what they are playing so I don't say nonsense. Okay, so that first section is in the key of, well, it's in the key of D, and they go to A, and they go to B minor, to G, back to D. The next section that is coming up, they are going to change. It was sounding like they're going to change to something else. Let's just see. Yes, so they changed. Very good, very good. So what I would want to know, if he just sat there with the guitar, sang the melody, told them the progression, okay, it's going to be, all right, I didn't plan to do any teaching today, but I guess I will just explain some things to you. To make it easier for communication in a band, because each person is playing a different part. So there's a thing called progression, and the progression, you know, anything that progress moves. So a progression in a composition is the direction in which the chords are going. So in every, you have something we call a scale, you know, and some people give the scale name solfegic names. And what is solfegic names? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So that's basically the major scale. So on the first degree of the scale, which is do, so it starts at do and ends at do, which is 8 notes. So a scale has 7 notes. The major scale has 7 notes, but normally they end on the octave. So you end where you start. So do would have been the first degree of the scale, also known as 1 in the progression movement. Re would have been 2, mi would have been 3, fa would have been 4, so would have been 5, la would have been 6, and ti would have been 7, and do would have been 8 again. So these becomes degree of the scale. So you're going to count in the root note that you start in. So in this case, D is the root note, the first degree of the scale. And then they went to A, and A becomes the 5 because A is equal to so. So, right, so now we have a 5, and then we have a, what's this? Oh, you don't know. Okay, so this is B minor, and this is considered the 6th of D. And then they have G, have the 4th, which is the G. So now the progression for this section would have been 1, 5, 6, 4, 1, 5, and back to the 1. And that would round up a section that you would call the A section. Now, there's also formats in a song, formats in a song to narrow it down. So to explain or to remember or to understand a song in parts, we have names like binary forms, ternary forms, and in these forms determine what goes on in the song. So you dissect the song into parts. So this first section with that progression that I told you would have been the A section. And as long as you play that, it is called the A section. Now, when he went to the second section, right now it would be a B section, so it is now considered binary form. And they might very well have a third section, which is now a ternary form. So you would say, like the song would be, A, B, then back to the A section, then C. So then the format of the song would have been A, B, A, C, ternary form. All right, so these are just ways, sorry if I'm boring you with these terms that you don't understand, but these are ways to break down a song in parts so you understand it. So what I've done just now, I've broken down the song into several parts that you can see what's going on. So all you need to do is to tell the progression. All right, so guys, we're going to do the A section. Let's practice the A section. And then each of them is going to do what goes on in the A section. As long as you say the progression, they already know the chords. So Franz can just say, all right, instead of naming the chords, like go to A, go to B minor, he can just say 1, 5, 6, 3, 4, and he's singing and he's telling them numbers. You on the outside wouldn't have a clue what these numbers mean. They understand what the numbers mean, and they know what chord to play on each number. See? So then it becomes easy to communicate among themselves. Wow, this is a lot already. Do you want more? Let's forget about the lesson for today. I hope you learned something. And let's talk about the solo. That was a great solo. And I'm going to tell you why this solo is great. And there's a lot of guitar players out there that do a lot of flashy stuff, but it is not a good solo. It is a technical solo because they play all these notes very fast. You know, that kind of stuff. And it is a technical thing to do. It's very good to do, but sometimes these type of solo have no feel, nothing. There's nothing to it. It's just a barrage of notes. What makes a solo like this one so good? I'll tell you. A solo should be like a song within a song. So as a musician or an instrumentalist, you've gotten your chance to shine. While you're shining, this is where you sing your song. So you're going to create a song within the song. You know what I mean? So your song needs an introduction. Then your song needs maybe a verse or a chorus or, you know, a body. And then after your body or the core part of your song, which is a verse, a chorus, a verse, or maybe just a chorus, or maybe just a verse, whatever you want to do with your solo, you decide that. So after that, you want an outro because you are remembered in music and in many things. As a matter of fact, anything you do in life, you are remembered by your entry and your outro. So your impression when you enter a building, when you enter a relationship, when you enter into someone's life, your entry is what determines if they keep you. Right? Am I talking? Yes. You have to make an impressive entry. Even if you slip and fall, the person will know that you've tried. So your entry is that important. And then what you do in the middle, sometimes you can get away with the middle section because you were accepted. You know, they will decide if they keep your, you know, so you have to still do good. But the entrance is most important because that's where the decision will be made if we should accept this. The outro is what you're going to remember by. The last thing the person see, the last thing the person hear. Wow. You know, you want that wow at the end. It was so good. So her solo had a beginning. And then it had the body where she was bending the notes. You know, that kind of thing. And then the end where she held, I don't remember what she played, but she played an interval.
Ganyan.
That kind of a thing. That's how she ended. So she made an introduction, told her story, and then she ended in fine style. Now my question is, who wrote that solo? Because the solo was very good. It was very telling. It gets your attention to watch, to see what she was doing, where she was going. She told her story, went where she was going, and ended. And when she ended, you'll be like, wow, that was beautiful. And to me, that's what I call a perfect solo. You don't have to be flashy and do pretty things and, flashy notes and crazy things. Put the guitar on your head, walk on it, step on it. You don't have to do all of that to do a great solo. So at the end of this solo, I can say it is better than even some professional musicians' solo. So great job, young guitar player. But dudz, whoa, boy, oh boy. I talked about him already, but we're going to end with him. And you did well on the piano, and Mr. Franz, you did well in writing this song and showing the parts to the kids, and they added their soul to it. But today's stars is and dudz. Dudz, he's so improved. He's new. He's improved. His hits are stronger and more precise, and he's admirable. Just being 10, and he's doing so great. However, it was done, whether Mr. Franz told him what to do or he just did what he thought was right to do. However, it was great. Thank you for watching this long. I'm not sure how many people is here until now, but if you're still here, just so you know, I appreciate you a lot. I hope you learned something, and this was the last request of those that I promised to do. I see more requests, but these were the ones I promised to do. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again on the weekend with maybe one or two more of the Franz family video. Have a great day, evening, night, whatever you're gonna do. Be safe out there. Love you all. Peace.